Hello, Talk family, and welcome back to another inspiring episode of Talk the Talk. I'm your host. My name is Desh, and today I'm chatting to a phenomenal, awe-inspiring woman, prepared to be inspired by an automotive industry innovator who is breaking down barriers and bringing about change like never before. We have the honor of welcoming a great woman today who is tearing down stereotypes and making an impact on the fast-paced automotive industry. She has proven herself as a true force to be reckoned with, thanks to a passion that knows no bounds and a drive that drives her every activity. So join us as we explore her amazing journey to learn about her accomplishments, difficulties, and priceless insights that she has to offer. Prepare to be enthralled by the female leader of the automotive industry right now on this captivating episode. So without further ado, let's welcome Danielle Hattingh, and she's the product owner at WeBuyCars. And as always, this interview is proudly brought to you by Seriti Solutions, MFC, and Evo by Nedbank. Hello, Danielle.
Hi, Desh.
Thank you so much for joining us.
It's an honor to be here.
Tell our viewers more about your journey, not just in the motoring trade, but also in your field of IT.
Okay, so I actually started in the motoring industry about 3 years ago.
Okay.
I also started in the IT industry about 3 years ago.
Okay.
So I didn't have an IT background at all. I have an engineering background, so it was a big jump for me. But there's a lot of industrial engineers that actually work in the IT environment. It's not really part of your degree, but we somehow end up there. Mm-hmm. But from my journey in the motoring industry, I started at WeBuyCars, so it's been an honor, it's been an absolute amazing journey. I've done so many things I never thought possible. One of our first projects, my first projects, was to implement a sales lead management system.
Oh, wow.
So if you go onto the website and you inquire about a vehicle, what happens to it, how does it get to a sales exec, how is it managed from there on. After that, we did a whole inventory system. So if we buy a car, how does it get into stock, how do we manage the stock. It's just been an absolute, I've learned so much being there. And our big project basically last year was a buy lead system. So we always used to outsource it from external developers, and we brought it in-house as well. And just being part of the journey, and that's essentially if you go on the website and you say you want to sell your car, everything that happens from there on out. And it's nice to see how all of these things connect. Mm-hmm. So most of my journey in the motoring industry was digital transformation. Since I've started at WeBuyCars in 2020. So I started there on the first day of lockdown level 5.
I was about to say that.
It was daunting. Mm-hmm. So I resigned from my previous job, and they came to my house, they dropped off a PC, and they were like, just see you on Monday.
Oh,
okay. Didn't know anyone.
Sink or swim.
Yeah, sink or swim. Didn't know anyone, and they were just like, this is what we're busy with. Mm-hmm. Please familiarize yourself with this. And I don't know what happened from there on. I didn't know I'd be intrigued in IT. I don't think I'll leave the field actually.
Oh, wow.
So I've really enjoyed that part, and actually since I started there, we've grown from 4 branches to 15. And we've more than doubled our amount of vehicles bought and sold each month. So it's mostly my journey in motoring was digital transformation and enabling economies of scale in WeBuyCars.
Okay, so you remind me of that saying that tough times never last, but tough people do. Because, tough times like COVID didn't last, thank God, but you did last. Tough people do. So you talked about that leap from engineering to IT, but you did not, foresee that you were going to end up in the motoring trade. Was there something that encouraged you to join the trade?
I think it was actually always meant to be. I've actually grown up in a motoring family.
Okay.
My grandfather, he was actually a finance guy, but he was a mechanic at night, so he fixed vehicles for extra money. My dad fixed vehicles since he was a little boy. My dad's actually a mechanic currently.
Oh, wow.
So I think I've grown up with cars. I've grown up with racing and with collector's items and every single car show. I was surprised. I didn't think I'd end up in motoring, especially studying engineering. I thought it was a bit of a leap. So I actually studied engineering. I worked at a typical engineering firm.
Wow.
I did consulting, and WeBuyCars actually contacted me on LinkedIn and asked me to come for an interview. I was a bit skeptical. I thought, I'm not really sure what an industrial engineer does at WeBuyCars. Especially motoring, I really didn't understand all the opportunities, and I think there's so many opportunities still out there for females.
Absolutely, even for engineers.
Even for engineers, for technical people, for people with personal skills. I think there's really space for everyone.
So what do you love most about representing the WeBuyCars brand?
I really enjoy working at WeBuyCars. I get their values. I feel like they resonate with me as well. So for example, one thing is keep it simple. We keep it simple. It's very straightforward. We want it to be as easy as possible. We lead change. I think that's a very important part in our IT department, is we enable that change for business to happen. And tomorrow is not another day. So I think that one resonates a lot with me, like doing things immediately, getting them right and seeing the results.
Right. Thank you so much for joining us. We appreciate you.
Such an
honor.
honor.
Appreciate your voice on our platform and for you joining our movement in terms of MOT. And yeah, we can't wait to see how high you fly. Thank you, Danielle.
Thank you, Desh. It was such an honor. I really enjoy the platform. I've been following you guys for a few years, so it's such an honor being here.
Thank you. So, in light of what Danielle has said, I'd like to just reiterate. She talked about education. Education empowers, and we should never, as females in the motoring trade, thinking that it's male dominated, we should never feel entitled, because we are entitled to absolutely nothing. It is hard work, dedication, devotion, and education that will take you one step further. And without, with having said that, I'd like to just read this quote: "Nothing worth having comes easy." That's from Theodore Roosevelt. And another one is, "You are powerful provided you know how powerful you are." And that is a quote from Yogi Bhajan. Ladies, just want to end the session with saying that you should seize the present moment, for it holds within it boundless potential and countless opportunities. Don't postpone what needs to be done. And I think she said that. Pretend like there's no tomorrow. Remember, we only have this moment. We only know about this moment that we have. So don't postpone what needs to be done. Nor wait for a perfect tomorrow that may never come. Embrace the power of now, where your actions can shape your destiny. Embrace every opportunity that comes your way and fearlessly share your unique gifts with the world. The time is now, and it's yours for the taking. Embrace the present, unleash your full potential, and let your actions create a ripple effect that will resonate far beyond the boundaries of time. A quote from my guru: "Whatever work needs to be done, whatever opportunity comes your way, whatever you have to share, this is the time, not tomorrow." And with that in mind, I would like to remind you that the question should never be who's going to let me. It should always be who's going to stop me.